This is the brand new Toyota RAV4, and this thing looks so different from the old one. To be fair, this gives me a little bit of Land Cruiser design. I mean, you get the hammerhead design. It's kind of similar to the new Toyota CHR Plus, and if you haven't checked that video out, you can check it up on the right hand side corner of the video. Let's go ahead and check the front design of this car. So we are seeing some major changes on the bumper, on the grille. The lights are completely different from the old one. This one is a beast, in my opinion. Let's start up with the grille. You have this hexagon, not really hexagon, but you get what I mean. It's kind of shape that it has. And you also get the front camera for 360 view, or panoramic view, that's what we call it. And of course you get this black kind of like line stripe. It's plastic as well. And then it leads all the way to this beautiful daytime running light. It's actually a really, really beautiful design, I must say. This hammerhead design is really killing it, Toyota. So they know what they're actually doing. And then we're going to move out to the fog light over here. You get this nice plastic with a little bit of glossy design and then matte design down here. And the fog light itself looks completely normal, nothing interesting, no crazy things. And of course the parking sensor over here. I'm going to move on to the side and take a look at what it looks like, especially with these 20-inch rims, because these are really crazy. I must say, they look amazing. Looking at the side profile of this new RAV4, this thing is insane. I don't know what Toyota has been smoking nowadays, but they are really killing it with these designs. It looks ginormous. It's a lot larger than the older one. There are some differences, maybe not huge differences, but we can definitely see design-wise, it's a whole different car. Extremely big design, quite tall, in my opinion. We're gonna dig into the dimensions later, but I must say, with these 20-inch wheels and this urban rock color, it looks absolutely fantastic. Gives me some off-road designs. It feels like I'm not just driving a normal SUV, a normal family SUV. It feels like I'm driving, those cars you find in the US, those massive SUVs. We're talking about Cadillac. It's a luxurious feeling. It's no longer a Toyota. Toyota is actually stepping up its game, which is really good. I'm actually proud of it. So we're gonna move on to the rear. The rear is a whole different car. This thing is sporty. And this is the executive trim, by the way. The GR Sport one has even better grip. I highly suggest you take a look at the pictures online. I don't have any GR Sports nearby, so I can't really show you what it looks like. But talking about the rear, this thing is insane. You have this huge rear windshield. And then you have these insane light designs, and this tiny Toyota badge, just like the CHR Plus. Not much difference there. And I mean, overall, this thing looks big and chunky, I must say. I know back in the days we used to call the RAV4 chunky, but this is the correct definition of chunky. Because you get really flat back end with some insane designs, some off-road, some insane things. And the coolest part about this one, it has hands-free trunk. Oops, I kind of missed. There we go. That is the coolest part. And we're going to take a look at the trunk a little bit. The trunk space is slightly larger. I didn't see any major differences, but it is larger. We can see that. And this is the hybrid model. So the plug-in hybrid model will be missing this part a little bit, because the battery will take some space here, and it's going to be a little bit of difficulty. But the cool thing is that you have space on the sides over here. I can take this plastic off, and then you can fit the what do you call this? The sunshade. You can actually fit it below. It is possible. I'm just not going to do it because I haven't done it before, but it is definitely possible. And then you have the side nets over here that you can remove, a bunch of hinges, and of course the 12-volt socket. If you have a pump or something you want to connect, you can do that for sure. And here's the sunshade. Simple to use, actually. They removed the rail thing they had before on the Corolla Touring Sports. It was kind of annoying because if you missed it, you had to redo the whole thing. But this one, you are in control, not the rails. So that's a cool thing. And it is quite spacious. And even if you guys can stay here for a second. Even if I roll down the seats, there you go. Let me see. I'm just gonna remove the headrest. There you go. Just gonna roll down the seat, and we're gonna see how much space we have. I'm just gonna put this up. We have lots of space. You can see that thing goes all the way over there, and it is ridiculously spacious. This thing will be your best family car that you ever had. If you had the old RAV4, this will be some insane upgrade right there. So we're gonna move on to the driver's side. We're gonna see what it looks like to sit on the driver's side. So before we move on, I'm just gonna turn the lights off. There we go. So before we move on to the driver's side, I really love the indoor panel of the driver's side door, or actually all the doors, because they all look like this. This is a really cool design. It gives you some Hilux or off-road Highlander or whatever different models we have. We have Parado. This is some off-road design. I really love this feature that you can hold on to the door like this when you jump out or close it. It's really cool. Memory seats, because it's maxed out, just doesn't have the panorama roof. Soft material over here. Soft, hard-ish plastic. Lots of room over here. Room for a big bottle. And some extra storage down here. I'm gonna jump in the seat. Ooh. These seats are really comfortable. Not gonna lie. Feel absolutely premium. Worth the money you pay. And they're completely leather too. They're real leather. This thing is good. And by the way, this thing rolls forward. So if I put my seatbelt on, the seat will slowly roll forward. It's adjusted to my height. Just gonna make sure the seatbelt doesn't touch the mic. Lots of headroom, I must say. Even with the panoramic roof, you still have lots of headroom. Legroom is fantastic. This thing has full movement, so you don't have to worry about not fitting in this car, because for sure you will fit in. So you guys can head up to the other side so we can take a look at the car from the other side. So let's go ahead and see what you guys think about the interior of this new RAV4. So coming up from this side, you got this beautiful leather seat. Absolutely fantastic. Feels good. Feels good. And looks good. I don't have anything else to say about it. Feel comfortable. And then looking at the dash here, we got the dog over here. I'm just gonna place him down. It's gonna fall down. All right. Well, looking at the dash over here, this thing looks off-road. This one looks tough. Doesn't look like that old soccer mom RAV4. This looks like a real man RAV4. You got lots of storage over there. I mean, lots. You can fit a purse, possibly, if your purse isn't as big as a suitcase. And then you have a glove box over here, quite spacious. Also dampened, so which is nice. Quite a good amount of leg room on the passenger side. No issues about that. And then here is the interesting part about this car. It's this large infotainment screen. It's massive infotainment screen. The thing is humongous. It's actually a 12.9 inch, if I'm not wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, screen that contains the climate control, but the climate control is easily accessible. It's always down here, no matter what you do, where you're in, even in the climate control, even in the navigation, you got it. And then it also recognizes you with your face. So you can add your face in the latest Toyota cars with the driver, the driver monitoring system. So it reads your face, you can connect it to your profile so it knows it's you. So it's really cool. I love that feature. Moving on to this side, you get 2 wireless chargers down here. Really nice. And holy, 45 watts of USB-C. Never seen that on another car before. Might have, but as far as I remember, I have not. This is really cool. All right, just had to get the camera angles right. Like I was saying, I really love the fact that we have actual buttons. It's really cool. I love it. Toyota, please keep it that way. This hybrid thing, you have some stuff in the screen, and most of the things connected to driving as buttons. I really love that. Climate, I mean, we can live with that on the screen. It's fine. But driving controls, like drive mode, electric mode, those kind of things, no, never. This is my opinion. And I know some people are going to agree, some people are going to disagree. So that's what I would like. Like I was saying, even more drive mode controls here, trail, snow, normal. I know some people were complaining about that this button doesn't make sense with the rest, because the rest you just click your way through. This one has one left and one right. To be fair, my message to you people, cry about it, really. You really see the arrows, and you have the muscle memory. But please stop crying about different things. It's better than having 50 different things into your screen. So stop crying. Anyways, more storage down here. Love that. Fantastic. And even the cup holders, fantastic. You can even remove the middle plastic thing if you want to fit something larger. And you can put this so you can divide it. Another cool feature about the new RAV4 that didn't exist in the older one is the shift by wire system, which means that there's no mechanical gear shifter. You know what I mean? Like the old one, you had to like drag this whole the shifter, and it was kind of annoying. You know, it was pissing some people off. Personally, I wasn't a huge fan of it in a RAV4. I mean, we're talking about an expensive car, so it was alright. But the new one is actually really simple to use. It kind of reminds me of the German manufacturers, but still it is good enough to separate itself from them, because the design is different and easy to see, easy to use, fantastic. And I really like it when I drive with it, so you don't have that big chunky thing. And it's also useful because if you want to use the auto park, the automatic parking, you can't have, well, you can, but it will be quite annoying to have those manual shifters that you have to like drag it and put it in D, R. This one does it automatically. You just hold the brake, which is fantastic. Moving on to the center console. This thing it's actually okay. It isn't as soft as the old ones, of course, but it has a reason. So we're going to get to it. But the cool thing is that you can open from both sides, which is really nice. And you can remove it completely and turn it around and make it a tray, so you can have some food. Even though it says no food, but you know, we're all not going to listen to this. We're going to put food here. Obviously, you're going to head to the drive-thru, you get your Big Mac, going to place it down here, you're going to eat it in peace. I will do the same. Now, I don't care about this. It's my car, I paid for it. But of course, it's a recommendation. So this could be useful. This is cool. I don't know. It might be useful someday. Never know. So that's my opinion about this. And the center console itself is quite large. Lots of storage. 12-volt socket in there. You have a USB-C port. And yeah, that's it. Basically nothing special. It's a center console. So it's not rocket science. See if I can get this right. There we go. I got it right. That's it. We're going to get to the infotainment very soon. So we're going to head back to the rear seat. So we're coming up to the rear seats. It's actually quite comfortable. Leather back here as well. And this thing is adjusted to my height. I'm 177 centimeters. 5'8", I guess, somewhere around that. And I do have leg room. I mean, you can move forward a little bit. I usually like to sit really relaxed in the front. But if I want to sit seriously, if I have someone with me, then I'll adjust it so it works for both of us. But other than that, you can ignore this because I sit really relaxed in the front. But you do get a lot of leg room otherwise. And lots of room under the seats. I can shove my feet under it. And I sit really nice, actually. I don't feel like there's an issue with it. Nice and comfortable. And you got your heated seats over here. Only one setting. 2 15 watts of USB chargers. And you got your own vents down here that you can shut off and you can adjust. Cool. Extra pockets. And of course, the cup holders. Not bad. Pretty good. Nothing special. But one thing I do like about Toyota, I don't know about the other car manufacturers, is that the fact that the rear seats actually have 2 zones. So this is the normal, and then there's one that moves back a little bit. So it moves further back. You can see there's a difference now over here. I can also move this one back. There you go. So it has an angle, and you sit even better. Holy, this is actually really comfortable. Let's see. I don't know where the headrest took its way, but once you have a headrest over here, it will sit even better. It feels really comfortable. And even with the panoramic roof that this one doesn't have, it will look even better for your family. To be fair, this is one of the best family cars I've ever sat in. So that's what I think about it. All right, now I am in the driver's seat, so I'm going to show you what it looks like to drive. So start up the car like any other Toyota. It's always a brake. I don't know if you guys can see it, and then the start button right here. And then the car turns on. Ready is on, and this is what the instrument cluster looks like. And of course, you have the driver monitor camera. It might not recognize me now since the phone is in front of the camera. And this is what you get when you start it up. Oh, it didn't recognize me. Yeah, these nuts. Anyways, so I'm just gonna turn on the AC. You can have it on auto. Just gonna turn it on. And that's how cool it is. So this is what you see in the instrument cluster. It will be quite difficult to see it, I think. AC kicking in. My bad if you guys hear noise. I'm just gonna zoom in. There we go. So that's the instrument cluster right there. So you see the speed, and you can also change a few things on the left side. See the compass, you can see the audio, drive info, the tire pressure, and then you can see the all-wheel drive feed. And this car is naturally all-wheel drive in Swedish, so the lowest spec for the engine is all-wheel drive, the driveline. And then the settings to change what this looks like, and etc. You can also change it like this by going left and right. But these buttons over here, of course, left and right. And a lot of different things. I personally like two dials like this. So, and you also have heads-up display. This one will be very challenging to show. Let me see if I can get the angle right so you guys can see it. Oh, there it is. You saw it for a brief moment. Trying to. Well, that's the highest I can go, by the way. I hope you guys can see it. It is not easy. Yeah, I think I should just give up. There's a heads-up display. It's very difficult to show it, sadly. But that's what it looks like. It's pretty easy. It's pretty neat. It shows everything. And just moving on to the infotainment, the most important part. It's this massive screen that you get. Fantastic. And also, before we move on to the infotainment screen, there's a cool feature about the windshield of this car. It might be different between different, what do you call it, levels. Entry level might not have this, but it's actually a heated windshield. It has heat elements going through the windshield, lines, same as rear that we have on every single car nowadays. But this one has on the front, so it will be really useful during the winter. Absolutely fantastic. And now we're back to the infotainment. So you get this screen over here, and of course I am in Sweden, so you already know I'm going to be by IKEA typically, and there's also a Toyota Center over there. Sadly it's closed, but it would have been perfect for this video if they were open. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see everything. The sun is kind of ruining my video today. It's not so often that we see sun in Sweden, but you have to make it work. So this is a what do you call it? The navigation, and you can easily search different things, directions. Say I want to go to a Toyota. Let's see. Not a left-handed person. Right? Yeah, I want to go here. This is a Toyota. Calculating. Also, we're going to turn off road guidance. I absolutely hate it. There we go. So this is what it looks like. So it says return to the road to continue guidance. So it will show you how it's going to be like, and you can see some information, I hope. This is 19 minutes. So I'll be there at 2:34 p.m. and 19 kilometers. So it's some distance to that Toyota. So that's how it works. And then you can turn it off easily by just in routes. That's it. And then you have the audio, you have different sources, you have, of course, my phone is connected, and you can also park this car with your phone. I'll make sure that you guys can see it on my CHR Plus video, the Toyota CHR Plus. I did that, so make sure you guys take a look at that car instead, and you guys should click on the video. There should be a bar you guys can click on it, so you can see that. So we're gonna move down to the calls. And of course, no device connected, but this car has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so it's easy to use. And also, before we move on to the settings, the most uninterested part is this thing right here. You might wonder what this is. It's actually the speed limit annoying beep that every single car has because of the European Union law. You know, the fact that your car, every time you start it, if you go 1 or 2 kilometers above the speed limit, it's going to start beeping and annoy your life and make you regret buying the car. But Toyota has thought of it, and it's that button right there. So whenever you hop in the vehicle, hit that button, and boom, it's off. You don't have to think about it anymore. And there's a cool feature about it. I'm just going to lower the climate control a little bit. This one has voice controls. I'm going to show you right now. Hey Toyota.
I'm here.
Turn off the climate control.
I'm still here.
Turn off the climate control.
Climate control off for the front row.
Pretty cool, you know, it kind of gives you the feeling of Jarvis. Iron Man. Hey Jarvis. Toyota, why don't you add Jarvis as a wake-up word? That will be so cool. Please. Take a look at my video, please, and do it. So that's a really cool feature. It has a lot of commands you can use. So that's a cool one. And here's the climate control. So you can choose a couple things here. And like I said, you always have access to it down here, the lower bar. And then when you hit this, you get more options like max. And then you have the S-Flow, so it turns off the rear whenever no one's sitting back there. And the de-icer is basically heating up the lower part of the windshield. For the windshield wipers, you have cooled seats on the front side, heated seats on both front and rear. And then we have some options here, like I said, S-Flow, all auto, no idea what that is. And then you have some fan settings. I'm just gonna turn on the fan again, it's getting a little hot. And you have some customized stuff. You have auto adjust seat temperature, that's pretty cool. Auto adjust wheel temperature, also really cool. So you have a lot of features over here that you can use. So I highly suggest you to, whenever you get to test drive this car, check these features out because they have a reason to exist. And you can also turn off, you can adjust, you know, this kind of gives you like a phone feeling. Up there you have like the navigation bar. You hit this and then you get to choose like the brightness and light mode, dark mode, and some other features. And this car actually has a dash cam mode, so that records, if you have the panoramic view, it records the 360 view of the car. So it's really, really cool. If you don't, it's just the front. It uses the camera up here. Moving on to the settings, a whole lot of settings. My primary driver, of course, these. You know it's me. Lots of other different features. We can screw these for now. We're gonna move on to the drive mode. So when you hit the drive mode button right here, you can see over here that the drive mode changes. Just have to hit it twice. And you can also see it here, what it does. I just saw something about, and transmission shifts at higher RPM. Yeah, but there's no shifting. You know, Toyota, I don't know what you mean by that. This is a eCVT. There is no shifting in this car. Anyways, EV mode, a very hard button to understand for many people. It's very tricky to use, but once you get to know how to use it, you'll use it. And then you have, of course, the trail and snow. And you see that over here on the instrument cluster. Snow. So cool. And of course the normal mode, and you get to see it over there too. Really cool animation, not gonna lie. So that's about it with the infotainment and the instrument cluster. So my opinion on this car, to be fair, so far, I feel like it's a really good family car. It's more than just a family car. It's a large SUV. I mean, Toyota killed it with the design. It's got plenty of features, really smart, cool features, easy to use. It has a big screen, so visibility is fantastic. And even the driver's side visibility is even better. And to be fair, I kind of compared it with the different levels. We get the entry level, this is the executive level, the highest trim, and differences aren't that great. You know, we're not talking about huge differences. Pretty reasonable based on the price and differences. But to be fair, it has a really good design compared to the old one. It has 197 horsepower. I don't really have that in my head what the old one had, but I mean, it should be a little stronger. It can be a little lower, but I found out it is 197 horsepower. But that's the information that the Toyota Sweden is giving. But this car is also coming out in plug-in hybrid very soon. And as far as I know, it can actually drive up to 130 kilometers of range. And it also supports 50 kilowatt of DC fast charging, which is quite insane for a plug-in hybrid. I've never seen that. First time ever I've seen it. And you can charge from 20% to actually 10% to 80% in only half an hour. Pretty cool, in my opinion. And hybrid version, this one goes 7.7 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers. So it's pretty quick. I mean, it's almost 2 tons. And it's got the eCVT and hybrid efficient engine. So I'll leave you to judge that. But insanely good, leg room, insanely good design. I really love the color. And I'm gonna say it is worth the money you pay for it. It's actually a fantastic car. It's nice to drive too. I mean, not much noise, and it's pretty comfortable. It handles bumps really smoothly. So, I mean, it's worth it. In Sweden, it starts around 45,000 euros. So it is quite pricey, but I mean, even in the entry level, you get quite a lot of features. So Toyota has a lot of things standard for you, so you don't have to think about it. Oh my God, it doesn't have the rear view camera, or you name it. But personally, I believe this is a fantastic car, especially if you want to buy your SUV. You want to have a large car, lots of storage, lots of room, and a very good towing capacity, because this thing can handle 2 tons of towing capacity, so which is fantastic. But let me know what you think about it, and don't forget to drop your suggestions in the comment section. And also, stay tuned for the next video.